Hello there, welcome back. Today I'm talking about Animal Factory. A film a lot of you probably haven't heard of because it was released barely in America and then released barely in the cinemas here in the UK. And I saw it in the cinemas because I liked the actors and I liked the subject matter, but life in prison. I actually went and see it. I had to go up to Glasgow to see it. A small screen. And one of the Odeons, like this was like 2001 or 2002 or something. But it was whenever that third Terminator film came out, because this one stars Ed Furlong from Terminator 2 as well as Willem Dafoe. So it was released at the same time as Terminator 3. And I remember seeing the cinema, and I remember this guy walking with this massive hot dog to watch a film sitting in a prison with all these males ready to rape each other, and I was like, it's the wrong... I wouldn't have bought a hot dog to see this film. I just wouldn't. But that's his his choice. And basically there was like 10 people in the cinema when I saw it. There was no one way to see it. I mean, nobody had any interest in seeing this film. And it's based on a terrific novel by Edward Bunker. It's a much tougher and more brutal novel. But like any good adaptation, this film can sit beside a novel but be a different experience. That's what it's one of those good adaptations that know you can't do the novel, you have to just do your thing with the novel, and that's it. So it's basically about a kid in his early 20s, Ronald Decker, played by Furlong, who gets caught with lots of marijuana. That's it. He's a small-time drug dealer. He's from a rich family, but he's put in jail because it's election year and they want to make an example of somebody. And it's just his bad luck he gets caught on the election year when before his father could pull have paid people or something and they pull have got time off just being like in rehab or something. No, he has to go to jail. And basically he's completely unprepared for jail. There's no way, he has no clue about how you survive in jail. And I mean, you go in jail, there's lots of predators. Now once you give this film, it's not cartoonish at all. Everything's very understated. There's no massive camera moves. The camera moves very slowly a lot of the time. It catches things. It's not about like pushing the imagery on you to get reaction. It's all about just this happens, this happens, this happens. So I think it leads to some people thinking that it's directed in a very kind of uninterested way, but it's not. It's about everything that happens. It's about showing actually how boring prison is and how boring it feels to be in prison. And that's when you let a guard down, that's when they get you. Because it's all about, all the conversations are very banal a lot of the time, but they're all sharks. These are criminals, these are not nice people. But no one turns into like the Hulk every time anything goes wrong. People just wait, bide their time, and they will get you if they want to get you. And there's lots of like racial tensions, and there's lots of like tribalism. So you have to go into your own gang pretty quickly. Like if you're white, you have to go with the white guys. Otherwise you'll be yourself and you're going to get picked up by a predator. So if you're black, go with the black guys. If you're Latino, same thing. Everyone has to go with their side because that's your tribe and that's who's going to protect you. So Decker gets in with Willem Dafoe and his group, who are viewed as a bunch of reprobates by the parole board and other parole people. And it's all about what's the view of what these outsiders see and what's the view of how you survive within prison. Because it's a different thing. There's a outside world mentality and there's an inside world mentality. And the inside world mentality is that of criminals. These are criminals, these are career criminals, a lot of them. They're going to go out and commit more crime, they'll go back in. They're going to go back and forward. So they're surviving till they get out and the next time they get caught and they're back in. That's what they are. A lot of them are psychopaths, a lot of them are. But they don't show it, they're not going to show it. They're not going to leave at you or anything, they're going to come as your friend. So you can never quite tell if someone's coming to your friend and they're actually trying to help you. You're never quite sure if they'll try to help you or if they're trying to rape you. Which something almost happens in this film. Furlong almost gets raped. Because some guy and his friends try and set him up and then Dafoe helps him get out of it, but then Furlong's looking at Dafoe thinking, are you setting me up now? Is this something? And it's this whole first half, this process of him learning to trust Dafoe. because he has to learn that Dafoe actually wants companionship. It's not about sex or anything with Dafoe, it's about companionship, because the Dicker character is an intelligent guy from the outside who reads books and things like that. He's got a brain, he's not like a dummy. And Dafoe's character's not a dummy either, but a lot of characters he's friends with aren't the brightest sparks. They're criminals, but they don't have curiosity to things that Decker, Furlong's character and Dafoe character have. So it becomes about that. And then the second half, it's about how the system beats them down, really. Like, Furlong's got a chance to get early parole because it's a non-violent crime. And he's a non-violent. But then you get the system of he's viewed as, he's in a violent gang apparently because he's around these other characters are viewed as violent because he's trying to protect himself. So because of that, and because of an incident that happens with a crazy rapist played by Tom Arnold, you know, things go wrong for him. And as you start to watch him in the system, you see him actually become darker. People start to recognise he's a darker character now from just being in this system of this abusive system on the human soul. It's about how people are just beaten down by this. Like, you get into prison, you're going to come out differently because you're dealing with people who are animals. That's what's called Animal Factory. You know, it turns you into an animal. You can't escape becoming an animal. The novel was much more aware of that, and Edward Bunker, who wrote the novel and also wrote the screenplay, was annoyed that the Furlong character didn't become a full animal at the end of it. It didn't become a full sociopath. And he kind of blamed Furlong for it, but it was really Buscemi apparently who wanted that, because it was his view of the character was he's not going to go fully there yet. It's a gradual process. It would take him another year to get that place beyond where the film ends. So it's a much more insidious thing. You see him slowly becoming that way, but it doesn't fully, because it takes years for that to happen. And you have to have lots of disappointments, lots of horrible things happen to you to become that way if you didn't start out as a criminal. So it's a complicated film. The book's different, but the film is its own thing. And it's a bit of a slow process of it rather than the more rapid process you get in the book. But it's still a wonderful film because it leaves things up to you, it leaves up to your intelligence. You have to intuit a lot of stuff because the acting's very subtle. I mean, Dafoe's more broad because he's playing a character as more of an extrovert in lots of ways, but he's still got a soul to him. He's a very soulful character, very sad character. But he's a character who has to have a front to the prison world to survive. So in the early parts you see the front, but you also see signs of something else. And as you go through, you see the soul behind it. You also see the calculating side always there as well. He's always thinking one step ahead. He knows how to run the system. He knows how to work the system. He's basically one of the king of the prison because he knows how to work people. And he's on with the guards. He's on Family Guards. They like him. You know, it's that kind of system where you get a more humane view of the prisoners. Like not all of them are psychopaths. When there's a potential for a racial problem, he talks to the black leader and they actually find a way to squash it so it doesn't explode into something that could be really horrible. You know, there's lots of things like that happen. And you see people making mistakes all the time, and violence happens every so often, but it's after a period of calm and suddenly it's an explosion of violence, someone gets killed and then people just walk away, no one saw anything, and people have got revenge for something, you never know why, you know. And you see Furlong learn how to do that. Furlong's also great. He plays he's a much quieter character because he's a paranoid one who's trying to work it out. But he's this tired thing of always looking over his shoulder. You can tell his character's is always exhausted and he's always thinking things through, but he's still trying to work everything out. And it's always a shame his career didn't go anywhere. I mean, it's reported to pull up personal problems, but in the 90s he was a really interesting actor, and this came at the end of the period where he was doing lots of good stuff like in American History X, Pecker, you know, he did one about homeless people with Jeff Bridges. he did before and after. He did a lot of good films in there. So it's a shame his career didn't go anywhere after that. Because here he's really good, very subtle. He doesn't do anything overt, but you can see in the reaction to a lot of things, he's thinking things through and he's reacting and he's not. But it's going to be very subtle. He's a very good listening actor. He listens to their actors and lets them have the big moments. But he's always there thinking things through, and he's a very compulsive character because you can see there's something there, you can see him processing things. It's just very subtle. It's not like I'll exclaim things. So when you put him with like Tom Arnold or Mickey Rourke, who are bigger actors playing bigger parts, eccentric parts, he lets them do their thing. It doesn't try and compete with them, which makes the scenes much more interesting because you have an actor and a reactor playing off each other, but being supportive of each other in interesting ways because they're not. It's not a competition. It's this is the scene is. So that's what. And it's also good with Furlong and Dafoe because they listen to each other in the scenes. They're not actually just talking at each other. You always see them listen to the other person saying. And it really works. And the same with all the buddies in the prison, all of Dafoe's gang. They all keep each other space in the scenes, and no one's trying to take the scenes. Everyone's trying to let everyone else act. And that's a good thing about Sim as an actor because he gets all these actors to come in and play and not be like possessive of the screen time. And the way he's cast it is really good because you've got a lot of generous actors in there playing very disturbing people. But there's a camaraderie between them, and yeah, there's darkness to everybody, but it's not of. We see the humanity of them as well. And that's what's really good about it. It's a very spare story, told really well, and there's a real tragedy. It's also a love story between the Furlong character and the Dafoe character, but it's platonic, but it's still a love story. I mean, no one tries to deny it's a love story. It's just there's no consummation. It's almost like a 19th century romance, but it's in a prison between two men. But nothing ever. You don't see anything ever happen. Nothing's consummated, but it's still that emotion going through it. That's what's really good about it. It's all about emotions of what people think of that person and what that person means to them, rather than some lot of flesh or lots of violence. It's a bit the humanity within these characters. So I definitely recommend this. This is one of my favourite movies of the noughties. It's one of the best English language movies the last 20 years. You know, it's really excellent. It's not flashy at all. You know, it's just really worth it. But you really have to put the time in, you really have to put the effort into this one because it's a beautiful, underrated film. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you've seen it, if you've got any comments, please put comments. I'll be back for another video soon.